This is NewHampshireCrossCountry.com, powered by Runner's Alley, and we're here for the week of October 8th rankings. So it's the last few weeks of the regular season, and meets are starting to wrap up before state. And so the boys are seemingly pretty stable, yet the girls are still all up in air. So this is making for a very exciting end of the season. So with that said, my name is Violet Sullivan, and I'm from Exeter.
My name's Forrest McKenzie. I'm from Concord, and this weekend I'll be racing at the Bay State Invitational in Massachusetts.
My name's Jeffrey Allen. I'm from Campbell. This week I'll be racing at the Pelham Invitational.
My name's Addison Cox. I'm from Co-Brown, and this weekend I'll be racing at Pelham.
My name's Luke Kasich, and I'm from Co-Brown, and I'll also be racing at Pelham.
So yet again, tons of movement on the girls' side. New number one. It's all over the place. But the guys stay relatively consistent. One move in the top five. And so let's check it out.
Starting with the girls.
Starting with the girls, in 10th we have Bedford. They lost to BG at Battle of the Border, which is one of the switch. Carly Rico was 5th at Battle of the Border, who's there first. They definitely have a nice low number, but overall as a team they are 4th.
Okay, number 9 is BG, moving up from 10th last week. They beat Bedford at Battle of the Border, and they came in as the 3rd team, with Caroline Fisher and Caroline Cole coming in a strong 1-2.
8th we have Oyster River. They won the Kennett Invite with Olivia Lank winning the entire race, so they should definitely continue to move up in the rankings going into divisions, because I think they are one of the better teams in Division 2.
Okay, number 7 is Pinkerton. They are idle again, but I'm sure that they're training hard, and they always perform very well at the end of season meet.
Okay, in 6th we have Concord. They came in overall at the Thetford Invite this weekend. They're led by Morgan Orcutt, who came in 17th at the Woodstone. So they're definitely coming together as a team as they continue to move up in the rankings.
Okay, number 5 is Souhegan. They came in 5th at Thetford, which was New Hampshire number 1, led by Ariel Zlotnick and Chloe Trudell. But Concord was right with them, and we'll see them racing this weekend at Pelham.
In 4th we have Conval. They lost to Salem and Co-Brown at Battle of the Border, but their top 3 were pacing their 4 and 5 to probably try and get that pack time a lot shorter and try to help them out as a team. So I think that this weekend they'll be at Pelham, and their top 3 girls will be racing. So it'll be interesting to see how they match up against Co-Brown and Souhegan.
Okay, number 3 is Salem. They raced Co-Brown at Battle of the Border this weekend and came 2nd, and they raced us, Exeter, yesterday for a very close 2nd by 2 points. They're a very strong and tough young team with a tight pack, and again they're led by Bethany Graham and Natalie Correa. And they're looking great going into the end of their first high school.
In 2nd, we have Exeter. They beat Salem by 2 points at a try meet yesterday. They're led by Violet Sullivan. He's been doing a lot of weekday meets, so it'll be interesting to see how they match up against everyone at the meets like stations and MLCs.
And this week, Co-Brown is number 1. So moving up from 5th last week, which really goes to show you how much there is going on in the top 10. So, and also defeated Exeter at Manchester, which put them in the spot. So at Battle of the Border, they had a very strong performance by Addie, followed by Abigail O'Connor, Ella Malone, and a close rest of their top 7. And they will be racing at Pelham.
Addison, I have a question for you. Addison and Violet.
All right.
If it comes out of the wire, are you two going to be friends at the end of the race, or are you going to be beefing and throwing bows?
No, I guess I'll still be Vad's friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. Violet? You're not going to beef even the slightest bit, even though you were the top teams in the state. No beef, no hate.
It's too chill to have beef with.
Unbelievable. All right, what are our sleepers?
My sleeper team is going to be Milford. They were 5th at Battle of the Border, led by Lauren Robinson, a senior, and Abby Karen, a freshman. So I think they definitely have a lot of potential to appear in the rankings soon.
Violet, what do you got?
Okay, I'm going to go with the Nashua South girls. They were 9th at Woods Trail Run, which was New Hampshire number 3 with Kelly Coffin's win.
I'm also going to go with Nashua South. Callie Coffin's an absolute cheat. She's tearing it up, and she's going to get a low stick in the States, for sure.
My girls' sleepers is the Central girls. We actually had like a kind of dual practice the other day. They're working really hard over there. So I think they have this strong potential coming in.
Say the name.
I'm not going to even attempt.
Oh, try it, dude. That's how you get better. You have to try new things.
I'm not going to attempt. I'm going to mess it up. So
try it. It really wasn't I wasn't asking you. Try it.
I can't. I just can't.
All right. So the number 10 boys team is Souhegan. They remained 10th, and they lost to Hanover, but close. And that is why they're the place behind Hanover.
So number 9, we got Hanover. Great, strong team, good on the hills. They raced at Woods Trails and beat Souhegan. They're led by Jack Lynch, who ran 18 flat, which is a great time, and freshman Sam Murray, who ran 18:03 right behind him. They had an overall average of 18:25, which is a solid time on that course.
Yep. Tough. All right, so 8, we got Messinic, led by their coach, their leader, Mike Smith. He's got the boys running good. They just got the perfect score today. I would say they're a pretty safe pick for the Division III champs. At the start of the season, it looked like it was going to be kind of shaky and you didn't know who was, but I think Messinic's peaking right at the right time, and I'll say it could be a cold take, could be a hot take, but I think they're a sleeper team for making New England's at this point.
All right, so number 7 is Pinkerton. They've stayed in 7th. They have a great pack time, and to get further up in the rankings, they need to just move that pack up.
Move it up. Move the chains, baby.
Yep, so number 6. Oh, by the way, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask in the live stream. We'll try to cover them all.
That's true.
Keep it appropriate. Coming in number 6, we got Oyster River. They won the Kennett invite. They went 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which is awesome. So they got Andy O'Brien, who ran 16:26, Miles Barlow, who ran 16:50, and then they're followed by Henry Keegan and Owen Fletcher.
Yep. So number 5, we got Londonderry. They moved down a spot, and they're led by Matt Griffin. He's doing an awesome job leading their team. Will Heaton, also known as Caillou, is still coming back. His hair hasn't helped him yet, but I think it might serve him in the long run. And once they get their things going and it grows out just a little bit, I think Londonderry could still be a very dangerous team.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 is Winnacunnet. They switched with Londonderry because they ended up beating Londonderry at Battle of the Border. And they have Colin Donnelly, who is leading them, and he had a very great race at Battle of the Border. second to Jeffrey Allen.
Oh, come on.
So, Forrest, someone asked you if you still think Hanover is P, coming in at 9th on the rankings.
Yeah, I do. They were 9th last week. I can't give them OP until they beat him. If they beat Messinic, I'll give them OP.
Fair enough.
Go.
So number 3, we have Keene. Again, a quiet team. So they're led by Jake Velasquez and Torn Kinop. So they're definitely going to be strong this year. It's going to be great to see how they do at the end of the season.
Yep. Coming in at 2, we got Cole Brown for the millionth time. They cruise their way to a comfortable win at Battle of the Border. They're led by Luke Kasich, who just couldn't break 16, just didn't have the tenacity to break 16 minutes. Can we get a rip in the chat for that? And, they got Wyatt Mackey and Dawson Dubois. Those guys are killing it. And their 3 is just really going to help them in the MOCs. So Cole Brown's coming in at 2nd.
All right, so number 1 is Concord. They won the Wickham Park Invitational, beating Xavier and Staples, which are both nationally ranked high school cross-country teams. So,
yeah, to shed a little light on that race, we went down there. By the way, Tim Cox asked me to shed some light, so I'm not just bragging. All right, so we went down there. We didn't have Aiden O'Hearn, also known as Chomp Daddy. He was taking his SATs. He's guaranteeing a 1600, so we're going to see how that turns out. And, Xavier had one guy drop out, their 3rd man, so it was basically our 3rd man and their 3rd man. So, it evened out, but kind of gets really, really good. We saw that. Toland or Tolland, however you pronounce them, they were very good. And Xavier and Staples and all these teams. And, we showed up on the right day and we caught them. So hopefully we can defend Manchester when come New England's.
So sleepers.
Yeah, you go first.
Okay, so my guy sleeper is Conval. Someone in the chat was asking where they are. So that's my sleeper. Led by Dan Burka with 1734 and Evan Coyne 1735 at Battle of the Borders. So they beat Souhegan.
Yeah,
which is pretty awesome. But Souhegan still has a strong performance, so I think they're pretty close time-wise. So it should be interesting to see how that goes next week.
They're definitely tight, but it's hard to trust the duels and tries now because you never know who's racing and who's not racing. Yep. It's all over the place. But so my sleeper is going to be North. I've said it once, I'll say it again. They're just going to show up at MOCs. They're so comfortable on that course. So there's no way they're not going to be in that top 10 come MOCs.
North is also racing Pelham on Saturday.
Yep. Good plug. Out of baby.
Yep.
Anyways, my boys' team to watch is Campbell. Apparently, they made it on mile split for being set to win Meet of Champions.
Yeah, so they should be ranked 1st.
Yeah, so I think that gives us a lot of leverage right there.
Yeah.
I have to agree.
Who knew Jeff Allen was so good at Photoshop? All right.
Another sleeper I had to say is Lewiston. Big team, really strong guys. I have to throw a quick shout out there. I really think that they're going to be strong towards the end of the season.
What's Lewiston?
Lewiston, yep.
They followed me on Instagram today.
Yeah, strong team.
Big strong team. All right, girls, what do we got?
I'm going to go with the wait.
She's just smiling.
Hanover boys.
Okay.
They were 8th at Woods Trail Run, led by Jack Lynch and Sam Murray.
They're so good there. 9th place.
There.
Okay, I'm gonna agree with Luke and say to Campbell boys. I watched them race at Battle of the Border this weekend. They looked pretty strong and they looked like they are coming together as a team.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna do questions, right, Jeff?
So
we have something there?
We don't have too many questions to chat. Some that I covered already, and some that I haven't. So,
Go Brown.
No, you can't. You can't just say Cole Brown. You have to explain because they can't. So God just asked us. God is, for those who don't know, there's been some speculation on who God is. It's Greg Hall, and he puts this whole thing on, and I just exploited him. And he asked us, or God, he, capital H, asked us, who do we think will win JVs? So I think we go by divisions. Division 1, I think we go with Londonderry is going to win.
For who? Girls or boys?
Oh, boys. Girls, that's so hard. I don't know. Exeter, Londonderry, Concord, Conval, Salem. The entire rankings. Anybody can win. That's like the whole thing with the girls.
Yeah.
For girls.
I'm not sure. So
I think for both of them, just because I see the two teams every day, I think that Cole Brown has a deep JV team. But I also think that in D2, teams like Oyster River always seem to show up at that meet. So
Division 3, Scenic,
you know, yeah.
the Scenic boys, and Campbell girls. I don't know chief results really, but
All right.
Jeff, what do you think? How's the JV team over there? Your sister on the JV team?
she this coming weekend she's not, but after that she will be. One of the girls can't race, so the Campbell's JV team's strong. I'm not sure how the other the D3 Campbell or the D3 girls teams are. So
yeah, I mean, I would plug my own team and say Concord, but we don't go to JV states because we got our own. We have Cap City championships that day. So, any other questions?
So somebody asked. Well, one person said is a good comment. So I cover it. Andrew Strauss says it's funny how everyone sleeps differently. Some sleep on their side, some sleep on their backs, and some sleep on Souhegan.
Oh, that's funny.
That was a good one.
I didn't know where that was going, Jeff.
A quick shout out for that one. Someone asked how the Battle of the Borders course was. Luke and I and Addie raced that course. So it was pretty good. I know over the last couple of years it's changed a little bit and they've put some dirt down, but it was a little softer in certain areas, but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, there was one section before the finish that was
Really deep.
Oh yeah.
I heard that course is long.
Yeah.
I heard you
run that soft spot twice, so it's kind of like it's kind of tough. Like you just know it's coming up, and that stinks. But it was not bad.
Definitely.
Hey, shout out to New Hampshire for beating Massachusetts again.
Yep.
Always torch them boys. Let's go.
That's facts every year.
Good job. Yes, nice. I love when New Hampshire beats Mass.
Mm-hmm.
Good. It's good. Anything else?
Someone asked what teams are racing at Brown. I'm not really sure who's going this year. I know it's kind of like a bad timing for the year for
We're going to Brown.
season's coming up. So
Exeter's actually racing a weekend race.
yeah. So Exeter just had a race. I'm not sure when it was, but Jacob Winslow just raced again. So
Yep.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see how they come back into the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Be tough, but he'll come back. He's good.
Any other?
Not really any other questions.
Good. Hey, all right. I have one more question for the whole group. What kid? Who is going to be the fastest boys freshman? And who's going to be the fastest girls freshman come MOCs?
I'll start with that one. So, boys freshman, I think it could go between Sam Murray and Luke Brennan.
You're sleeping on my boy Torin, dude. Come on.
I think that they raced each other. The Mansion Invite freshman race, and they were shoulder to shoulder. It was basically down to the cameras what it had to be, and so I think that when they race again, it should be interesting how that turns out.
Yep.
I think that on the girls' side, it's kind of a no-brainer. Sophie Reynolds is one of the best runners in the state from Merrimack Valley. Not only one of the best freshmen, but one of the best runners in New Hampshire right now. So
Definitely.
She's good, dude.
Yeah.
I personally think on the boys' side, it's going to come down to either Torrin Kindop or John Murphy. It's going to be really tight. And the girls, you got to give it to Reynolds. I mean, she's a beast. One of the Salem girls maybe could be up there, but Reynolds is the real deal.
Mhm.
Luke, what do you think?
I think that Sophia Reynolds will get it for the girls, and then I think Torrin Kindop will get it for the boys. And also, one boy that we never really mentioned is David Reynolds, and he had a great race at Thetford.
Yeah, he was 5th, right?
Yeah.
Really strong this year.
Well, all right. Those are our rankings. Those are our questions. A reminder that the New Hampshire Cross Country store is now open. So if you didn't get a chance to pick up some gear, go online, order stuff, boom, pick it up. It's real cheap, and but it's good quality. It's good stuff. And so this week we had tons of movement. The boys' side again we're stagnant. Next week could be the same thing. Our number 1 could be our number 10. Addison wouldn't love that, but me and Jeff would love to talk about that. So I mean, we're gonna see how our rankings develop and follow us through. So this was this week's rankings.